Um, Imagine being locked in like an extreme escape room. The clock is ticking, the lighting is terrible, and you're just frantically fumbling with a padlock.
Right. And the penalty for failing isn't just losing a game, it's getting torn apart by something that, completely defies biology.
Exactly. And that sheer visceral panic is basically our mission for today's custom deep dive. We're unpacking a full trailer breakdown.
Yeah, and the recent interview with director Zach Cregger, too.
Right. To see how his upcoming Resident Evil movie, which hits theaters on September 18th, translates that sweaty palm anxiety of survival horror gaming right into cinema.
Well, to really see how he pulls that off, we have to look at the setting first, because we're dropping right into day zero of the Raccoon City outbreak.
Oh, right. So if you know the lore, this runs perfectly concurrent with the events of the second game.
Exactly. Like, while fan favorite Leon is off fighting his way through the police station, our protagonist, Brian, is just an average guy on the other side of town trying to survive the night.
Which turns this into that extreme escape room scenario we mentioned. I mean, Brian isn't an elite cop.
No, not at all.
He's dropped into a nightmare, handed an MP5 submachine gun, and literally has to check where the safety is. Like, if he pulls the trigger, he's probably missing most of his shots.
And that's what's so great, because that really grounds the terror.
Yeah.
You aren't watching some untouchable super soldier clear rooms with, military precision.
Yeah, you're seeing your own probable reaction.
Right. It strips away the plot armor and forces you to empathize with his sheer vulnerability.
But, okay, I have to ask. Watching someone fumble can easily cross the line from terrifying to just annoying.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
If the guy can't shoot straight, how does the movie keep us engaged instead of just making us yell at the screen?
Well, Cregger answers that by basically weaponizing the camera. He uses this visually gonzo cinematography style.
Visually gonzo. I like that.
Yeah, it heavily relies on a third-person over-the-shoulder perspective.
Yeah.
So when Brian looks left, the camera physically pivots and swings left.
Oh, wow. So it directly mimics the visual language of the game.
Exactly. You are tethered to his exact, very limited line of sight.
And because you're forced into that narrow perspective, the environment itself becomes the antagonist.
Right, you're constantly scanning the edges of the frame for threats, which naturally brings in the tension of game-accurate resource management.
Oh, man. The dread of frantically searching empty farmhouse drawers for just like 2 shotgun shells.
Yes. Or hitting frustrating padlocks when you're just trying to get through a door. And because you have to scour every inch of these rooms alongside him, you start noticing the deep world building.
Like the Easter eggs from the trailer.
Yeah, like the director planted an exact replica of the green herb bucket from Resident Evil 4, right down to the horizontal copper striping.
That is wild. So you're trapped in this highly detailed claustrophobic environment, just scraping by. But what exactly are you hiding from?
Well, you'd expect standard zombies, right? Given the franchise.
Yeah, but from the trailer breakdown, the director actually limits those. There are only like 2 or 3 traditional zombie scenes in the entire film.
Right, because limiting the infamous T-virus to just standard walking corpses felt like a squandered opportunity to him.
Because the virus violently mutates cells based on the host's surroundings and trauma.
Exactly. It doesn't just create a mindless zombie.
It's like handing a mad scientist a pile of infinite mutating clay. Why settle for a slow-moving corpse when you can make a bespoke nightmare perfectly adapted to hunt you?
And that's how you get that terrifying 7-foot, hairless, obese creature waiting in the sewer.
Ugh, that thing in the trailer gave me chills.
Right. It's this environmental anomaly that serves as a dual homage. It's inspired partly by the terrifying judge from the novel Blood Meridian,
No.
and it also acts as a nod to the relentless nemesis from the games.
So it really sounds like the director isn't just adapting the plot of a game, but he's weaponizing the actual mechanics of gameplay against the audience.
That is the core takeaway here. True horror isn't, a monster suddenly jumping out of a closet.
Right.
It's the realization that you only have 2 bullets left when it does. The terror lives in the math of resource scarcity and deep vulnerability.
So keep that framework in mind the next time you watch any thriller. You have to measure the horror by how vulnerable the protagonist truly is.
Absolutely.
And before we wrap up this deep dive, there's one more thing to think about. We know this entire ordeal takes place over a single night.
Right.
And the director teased a hidden mechanic where the infected actually interact with each other and rapidly evolve.
Yeah, that part is fascinating.
If the T-virus drives such chaotic adaptation, Could the infected eventually develop, like, a hive mind intelligence? Could they intentionally engineer the very traps and locked doors the survivors are desperately trying to escape?
Oh, that's a terrifying thought.
It really makes you wonder.
Yeah.
In this ultimate escape room, the monsters might just be the ones designing the puzzles.